Episode 151. We in the spot, man. Say what you mean, Jean P, the MC. You see Jeremy is happy. He been waiting for y'all. He ready. How y'all doing, man? What's going on?
Good.
Cool.
Helmet Headzz in the house.
Yeah.
Gotta shout y'all out because y'all are our first official sponsor. So thank you, man.
Sure.
Appreciate y'all for helping us out.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Y'all been asked to sponsor anything else? Cause I've been seeing your face in the logo a couple places, man.
No, I haven't sponsored anything. Nope. Just pretty much shooting everything out myself. Just trying to keep it in people's faces, trying to, keep everything new and fresh.
Yeah.
No sponsors yet.
Okay. Come a little closer to that mic. Yeah, there you go. You forgot what you...
First for both of you now.
It's all good. So, listen, I got to ask y'all this, man, because you were on the show before, and the business has grown from the time you were last on the episode to now. I know we kind of like talking around, but I want to ask you off rip, like, what has been some of your favorite moments with Helmet Headzz as a business?
I would say my favorite part so far is pretty much putting everything together, the marketing part of it.
Yeah.
Trying not to be repetitive, but keep stuff coming every day, whether it's new posts, whether it's sneak peeks of new merch, whether it's new strains that I'm buying, or new strains that I'm working on, or just that type of stuff, just putting everything together before people receive it.
What about you, Dylan? Because you're a part of the team.
Yeah.
What have been your favorite moments being a part of the squad?
Probably just watching it take off from just starting with ideas in the car on break at work to kind of realizing it in the real world, kind of watching the community start and then take off from there.
Do you feel like you're the face of cannabis in the city? Like 330? I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yes because I'm bigger than cannabis. I do more than just cannabis. Like coming up in October for Breast Cancer Month, I'm putting out special edition merch.
Respect.
For breast cancer. I'll only literally be making $1 from every hoodie. The rest of the money is going towards breast cancer. I would like it to go towards cannabis-based breast cancer research, but if that's too hard to find or it's not something I can, get a hold of right now, then it'll just go to, breast cancer specific research. But I do things like that. I do giveaways for people, so I'm just a little bit bigger than cannabis. So when we say, am I the face of cannabis, if it's just that little bubble, then yeah, because we can just put that in my big bubble.
You got a lot of things going on.
Got a lot going on within that. I'm just using cannabis as like my trampoline. That's what I know the most of. That's what I got a passion for. That's what I've been doing. I worked in the space. So I'm just using that cannabis knowledge to push everything else, so. Because
you've been instructing and teaching about it as well, right?
Yeah, I did that for a little bit. Yeah, that was an experience.
What's that been like?
So it was fun. I don't do it right now. It's kind of on the back burner just because of everything else I got going on. I don't really got like the most time to teach like I was. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't do it again.
Really?
No, I probably wouldn't do it again because it's a big difference in practicing something in a space where you're literally hands-on day in and day out, and you can just kind of move with your knowledge. Don't got to think about it. I know it's kind of muscle memory as to where I got to write this stuff down now and teach it, So it was, that part of it was pretty difficult for me. It was difficult. Yeah, it was stressful. So I probably wouldn't.
How many students did you have?
Altogether, I had 3 classes. I probably had altogether, I say about 25 students.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he graduated with honors.
Yeah, for sure.
It might have been difficult for you, but you were a good teacher. I learned a lot. The fact that we got to be hands-on and cut the clones ourselves and learn how to root them and everything, and then we got to take them home afterwards. I went into that not even expecting anything like that,
right.
and walked away with much more.
Right,
So
right.
You said clones?
yeah,
What is that? Explain that.
that's where you cut little nodes or whatever. You cut nodes from the mother plant, and then you can grow.
Jeremy said, I taught you. Come on now, get it right.
So,
that's what's up.
So usually, Dylan will tell you when somebody knows something and you can hear them talk it and they kind of have that passion and they kind of second guess their stuff like what he was just doing. I kind of tell him yeah, you know your shit.
That's what's up,
Just
man.
say it.
You're a good teacher, man.
You know your shit, so just it's gonna roll off the tongue when you know your shit. So and you know your shit. So yeah, just.
Dylan, were you one of his students too? Was he kind of?
I never went to any of his classes, but Jayme and I had a lot of interactions when we worked together, so that kind of allowed us to bounce ideas off of each other and kind of share what we both know about the plant.
Okay. Well, let me ask you that. What's your relationship like with the plant?
My relationship?
Yeah.
I obviously use it. It's kind of been an avenue that's allowed me to achieve a lot in life. Kind of like Jayme said, where use it to catapult you, where, I wouldn't have the friends I have without the plant. I wouldn't have, the relationships and kind of the drive to make something out of the work that I have. I have a lot of skills gardening, so
That's what's up.
this is my cash crop. So it's kind of what I use to, fund all the other passion projects that I have. Making a garden, a market garden, is one of my main goals. So it's kind of allowed me to get more in depth in plant knowledge and make money doing it.
That's dope. What do you like to grow? What's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, I love growing.
Not the obvious, but I'm just
I love growing peppers a lot.
He crazy. He really.
Yeah.
He really know his shit.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I'm out there every day. You gotta be, or it'll get away from you.
It takes a lot of consistency because people they'll have a plant and won't take care of it.
Yeah,
so
and it's,
you're not doing it right.
You actually get to see the results of effort and love that you put into something. You get to physically see, and if you're patient enough, you see it weeks or days down the road. But yeah, it teaches you patience, and you kind of reap what you sow. Kind of work that you put in, you get back.
That's what's up.
So that's kind of what I've liked about it.
That's cool. Jeremy, let me ask you, man, because obviously you were one of the students of his class. What's your relationship with marijuana?
I've been using it for years. It's one of the things me and my buddies have always talked about. We've always wanted to do exactly what Jayme's doing. Grow, get ourselves out there. I just know it's something that's just very beneficial. It's much more than just a plant. It's much more than just a drug.
Right.
It's helped me a lot through life. It's helped a lot of the friends I know. It's always been something I've been very passionate about.
Why does marijuana get such a bad rap? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking with you guys, and y'all explain the positive side of it, the relationships and just the knowledge of growing plants. Why do you think Jayme, marijuana gets the rap that it gets of being such a bad thing when you see all these positive benefits that it can bear?
Knowledge.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Usually when somebody dislikes something that isn't really, you don't really have a real, definitive reason to dislike it, 9 times out of 10 is because of lack of knowledge. You don't really know too much about it. You only hear, what somebody told you or some odd story that, some guy from the, 60s told you.
Yeah.
So you don't really got, you don't really, you don't really know. So it's just a lack of knowledge. And then once people learn stuff, once I talk to a lot of people, I've changed a bunch of people's minds or, views on it just from telling them, how it can be used. It doesn't have to necessarily be smoked. It doesn't have to be eaten. zillion ways you can use the cannabis or hemp plant in itself. So I mean, it's an endless amount of resources that it gives. So
Can you share a couple of those methods? Because obviously, you know, someone who doesn't know, they just think you can smoke it or just.
you can do whatever you can do with any object or like material on Earth itself. You can do it with the hemp plant, from concrete to yeah. You can make hempcrete. Yeah, it's extremely strong. Yeah, hempcrete is a thing. Extremely strong. You can make rope with it. You can make clothes with it. You can make shoes with it. You can make oils for fires. You can make oils to wear. You can make anything. You name it, you can make it. It doesn't have to be consumed or smoked or done in that in that nature. You can name it.
What's the most interesting fact you could tell us on a podcast right now about marijuana?
Oh, the interesting facts. Shat.
Because concrete was the last thing I would have guessed.
Hempcrete. So
Hempcrete.
I can't give you the exact date, but there was a time that the government made all the farmers in the U.S. grow hemp, so they could use it to send to the army to make ropes and things of that nature, so that the military could use it. So every farmer that had any agricultural thing going on, he was made to grow hemp for a period of time, so he
Wow.
could send it to the military so they can make ropes and shit.
That reminds me of Pineapple Express, like the beginning when it was in that bunker or whatever. Was they making ropes?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yup.
Dylan, what about you? You got a fact for us about bud that you can share?
Sure. Cannabis always is very easy to pull heavy metals out of the soil. So that's why it's really important that we're doing heavy metal testing in soil or any media of the flower to make sure that that's not in the finished product. But having that property, people have used it in places where there's radiation in soil, so it will pull radiation and toxins from the soil and then kind of cleanse it, and then you can kind of get rid of that plant after that. So
Man, marijuana facts on the Say What You Mean podcast.
My cheat code.
That's dope. Like,
I use it to rejuvenate.
I didn't know it was so beneficial, and like you said, it's lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Some people are quick to criminalize something, but it actually has benefits.
Yes.
So, Jeremy, what about you? Can you give us a fact?
I mean, you can make soap and paper with it. And a fact I learned from Jayme, it started from it was a Chinese emperor, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, he had a hallucination of a bird that told him to conquer his neighbor. So his neighboring empire was conquered after that.
All from
Kinda
bud.
led to a war, but
Yep.
usually it chills you out. So
Yeah, Shane Noon was crazy. He was nuts.
So if you're watching a podcast, marijuana has good benefits.
Yeah, it does. It do. It don't always start wars.
yeah, it doesn't always
Yeah.
start.
Yo,
99% of the time.
let me ask y'all like a fun question before we go on break. So we're talking about bud. What's your go-to snack or your go-to munchie? Everybody.
Man, what?
You ever refrigerate Sour Patch Kids?
No.
You gotta try it.
I don't really gotta go.
That's yours.
I don't gotta go to.
What?
I just get the munchies and eat.
You just eat whatever?
Yeah.
You make wild combinations? There's different types of people.
So I'll say this is I got a habit of getting high, then going out with my wife and ordering way more food than I could possibly eat. So I'm just sitting there at the table with just a mukbang of food. Like, she always look at me like not.
You taking this home?
I'm taking it home, but it's crazy because I don't eat leftovers.
Oh, man.
Got little brothers, I call them quick. Like, yeah,
Come get this.
Yep. They know I throw that stuff away. I don't eat leftovers.
You don't eat leftovers?
Yeah, I lived like that before.
Yeah. I ain't going back.
We ain't got to step back.
We ain't got to keep nothing.
I keep ramen noodles in the mix, and that's it. We don't got to eat
That's
leftovers
it.
no more. That's it. I keep ramen noodles in the tuck, though.
What about you, Jeremy?
I love some Oreos. Oreos are like pretzels.
Oreos?
Yeah.
I like grapes.
Double stuffed Oreos are like the thin ones because I only like the thin Oreos.
I always do golden Oreos. They're
All
my favorite.
right, that's
Golden
cool. That's
are
cool.
Definitely
That's
my
cool.
favorite.
That's cool. That's
So
cool.
you got a preference.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm more grapes, chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Well, grapes
Simple.
is a
Grapes.
healthy choice.
I know, right? It's like, wow, grapes and graham crackers.
Yeah.
That's what I
Graham
like.
crackers and peanut butter. It'll kill you, but it's good.
No, it ain't good for your system, but it's all
yeah,
good.
I mean-
That do sound fire though.
It's crazy. Yeah. Get the cinnamon, the sugar ones, and the peanut butter on top of them things.
See, I know you know some stuff to make, like some little cool snacks. You need to do a class on that.
Here and there. Here and there. I
Tell
got
me
some.
about the kiwis. I mean,
Kiwi.
Yeah.
Have a
Put the
good snack.
put the.
So
kiwi
fruit
in
is just a
the
good choice altogether.
freezer. Yeah, frozen kiwi is
yeah, the frozen
crazy.
kiwi.
Frozen kiwi. Put a kiwi in the freezer. Take it out. Outrageous.
You got me tempted with the frozen Sour Patch.
Yeah, I put them in the fridge, but I'm sure frozen would be cool too.
Frozen anything that you can eat.
yeah, I'm always throwing any of my snacks in the freezer. Just bumps it up.
100%. What's your favorite bud? One at a time. Like you go. What's your favorite strand?
Walk slush.
Wax Slush. That's the new one, right?
It's me. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What you like about it?
The terp profile, saturated. It's just oozing with terps. It smells crazy from day zero. Like
Man.
It's ready from jump.
What about you, Dylan? What's your favorite?
I've been really liking Super Boof lately. Just
What's it called?
Super Boof.
Super
Get
Boof.
great reviews. People say it's like one of the strains that doesn't really give them too much anxiety. It's very uplifting. People that typically do have those effects from weed just got a really good orange terp profile, so it's just great one all around. Great for summer. It's awesome.
Jeremy, what's yours?
Probably cherry pie. I really
Cherry
like
pie.
Cherry pie.
I had some of your weed one time, Jamie, and I swear I almost had to grab the fork. That's how good it was. I was like, I'm about to eat this.
Yeah, that's how you want it to be. That's how anytime you smoke or consume cannabis, you want to be able to taste the strain. My biggest thing is just getting the strains that are most saturated with terps. I don't want it to have a faint taste. I don't want it to be, slightly there. I don't want it to fade away as the joint or the blunt is burning. I want it to taste as strong as it can possibly taste from the time you spark it until the time it starts burning your fingertips.
And I feel like to get that efficiency, it takes a lot of science and a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
I won't necessarily say science because I don't ever want nobody to think that I'm just a mad scientist. Like I'm just in the basement, like doing math and just, doing that type of thing. I'm just using the knowledge that I have to the best of my ability. I'm not wavering from anything that I know. I'm not second guessing myself in anything that I'm doing. I know my shit. I know my shit. So I just do exactly what I know. And then, what we get is what we get.
Saying what you mean, man.
Yeah.
I like that. So real quick before we go on break, where can they follow you at? Shout your social media out.
Helmet Headzz on Instagram. Helmet Headzz on Facebook. That's Headzz with 2 Z's. If you put 3 Z's, that means you slept too long. So it's right there. It's everywhere. So
It's our first official sponsor. So if you see it, Helmet Headzz, man. Thank you for being our first official sponsor.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Dylan, what about you, man? Where can they follow you? Any social media you want to share with the people?
Sure, I got an Instagram. It's Dylan T Beetle. Mostly I do photography. Got
Okay.
Photography on there, and I've been sharing my garden a little bit. So yeah, if you're
All right.
photography, check it out.
No frozen Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, no frozen sour, yeah.
Like,
That's the other thing. Jeremy, what about you, man?
You can just follow me on Facebook at Jeremy Andrew or Instagram at _Ginger_Ninja_1.
All right, you can follow Krishan _ You thought you said ginger nigga too?
No, that shit rolled off the tongue.
Right.
Okay, like
Krishan _ Zworthy68. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok at Jean P the MC, www.jeanpthemc.com, and SWYM Podcast on Instagram. So y'all gonna stick around with us for a minute?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
All right, man. Episode 151, Say What You Mean podcast. Jean P. the MC. Say what you mean. Peace.
Say what you mean. Mean what you say.
Yo. Episode 151 of the Say What You Mean podcast. We got Helmet Heads in the house. How y'all feeling today?
Cool.
Everybody good?
Oh yeah.
What's y'all Sunday? What's a Sunday like for y'all?
Wife at the crib.
Besides the obvious. No,
My wife doing laundry at home right now.
and you
Dog
smoking.
Sleep. I'm doing this high.
I don't know why I asked what y'all doing on Sunday, 'cause I know what y'all doing on Sunday.
Aye.
You know what I'm saying? But, we got a couple shout outs before we get into the episode. So, first of all, I did Enrichment's African American Arts and Cultural Festival yesterday.
Yeah.
Shouts to Nakaso, Lovely Summerlin. There was a New Edition tribute band. They did a really good job. So, shout out to Enrichment, Betty Smith. I had a really good time doing that. So that was fun. African American Arts and Cultural Festival, 4th annual festival. Michael Zach, he hasn't been on this show, but he got his certification.
Oh, yeah.
So he got his CDLs. He's been off the episode for a couple of weeks, so Zach got his certification, so he will be back. He might come back in the truck. No, I'm just playing. He ain't come back.
Man, I need to borrow 10 from him.
Yeah, man, hit him up. Hey, listen, I'm about to ask him for a loan. Hey, man, let me hold about 5G.
Hey, listen, my guy.
Yeah, Mike. Hey, come on. But nah, congrats to Michael Zach, man. He's really been taking the classes, doing what he's doing. But we have another announcement, man. Seaweeds had a boy. He had a baby, man. Shout out to Krishan, man. Congratulations to my nephew, Xavier Amari White, born on July 17th. So Weeds has been holding it down, man. Father of 2 now. Got 2 boys.
Sweet.
Congrats, man. I'm happy for Weeds, man. So everybody asking where he's been at, where's Michael Zach? We handling adult stuff, all right?
There's stuff going on.
Right, we got things to do, man. And we got to shout out our sponsors. Obviously, man, the Hub Art Factory being our first main sponsor. What y'all think of this space?
It's lovely, sweet,
Yeah,
crafty.
It's great. It's honestly like,
How was it being high?
It's for real. It's a lot. Like the first time I came in here, and I was way more high than I am right now. It was a lot to take in. I was kind of like, something is like they're all looking.
The stuff was moving.
yeah.
they got creative cubicles. It's
Yeah, man.
nice. It's an office space gone wild.
Yes. Shout out to the Hub Art Factory. Shout out to Tim Carmody. And our first official sponsor, Helmet Heads. Thank y'all so much, man. So shout out to our first official sponsor, Helmet Heads, where flavor is the main priority. Helmet Heads is a cannabis-based brand owned by cannabis cultivator connoisseur Jayme Randle. Each batch is carefully crafted in the most organic way possible to ensure a good, smooth, healthy product. No spray. Terps welcome. It's the baby. IG, Facebook, Helmet Headzz Exotics. Thank y'all for sponsoring us, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
For real, man. Our first official sponsor. So y'all see it right there if you're watching. Again, what's y'all social media? Shout out Helmet Heads again. Where can they?
Yeah, Helmet Heads on IG, Helmet Heads on Facebook.
Yeah. Got it, man. Shout out to Helmet Heads. So let's get into this interview, man. You've been on the show before, but Jayme, what side of Canton you repping, man?
All I can. Really, I'm everywhere. I'm like the air around
You're a real
here.
Cantonian.
I'm everywhere.
Where was you born?
I was born on the Northeast.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm from the Northeast side of Canton. Yep.
Okay. What was it like growing up for you on the Northeast?
It was cool for real. I ain't never really it was never really a problem, growing up. I ain't get bullied. It wasn't nothing crazy going on at home. But obviously, it's the city. You hear, small city stuff. It's just like any other city. People do crazy stuff. People stay out the way, so.
Because you an athlete. That's the Jayme I know.
Yeah. Football, and I wrestled. That was my thing. But yeah, I'm washed up now. I'm washed now. I don't even.
You ain't wrestling?
Yeah, no, I could still. Yeah.
I know you can tussle a little bit.
Duck under. Yeah. I could probably hit a duck under still, but as far as that, I don't even really. Nah. Do some push-ups, man. Yeah.
Push-ups now, you know what I'm saying?
Push-ups, man. I ain't talking about nothing.
That's what's up. Dylan, what about you, man? Where you from?
I'm from Perry Maslin area.
Yeah. I was like, but you. This guy, Perry.
It's coming around here. Wrong place.
What was like growing up for you in Perry, man?
Pretty normal life.
Yeah.
Parents don't like you smoking weed, so you smoke weed more.
Did you get in? Hold on. So you was a kid that was getting caught smoking weed.
Yeah, I was not. It was not welcome in this household.
How old were you when you like first got caught?
Probably like 15.
Ooh, young.
I got a year free.
What was the reaction? Like I always wonder, like what was the parents' reaction?
Oh, they called the cop. They called a cop over to talk to me.
For real?
Yeah, I had maybe like a 0.3 or something.
Damn. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my mom telling me once you turn 18, you can smoke that shit till your brain rots. But I mean, it's not.
I'm growing stuff, man.
Look at us now, man.
Right, we get to it. What about you, Jayme? Like, did you ever get caught smoking weed, or like, what was your early relationship with bud? Like that first time you
I
smoked?
never really got caught smoking. I'm sure it was always a suspicion, obviously, because I never really got caught smoking it. And by the time I came out, that I was smoking it, I was too late. I was too far gone. I was older.
Yeah,
probably
grown.
like 18 years, so nothing. It wasn't nothing crazy.
When did you realize, like, with your interest in marijuana as far as being in the industry, like, was it an early interest? Like, was it something you kind of knew you'd get into, or did you just stumble upon it?
It's kind of crazy because it kind of like boiled into this. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't jump into it like I'm about to start a cannabis brand and do this and this. It didn't happen like that. I went to school for horticulture. I did that after I left school. I just wanted to get a job in the industry. I ended up working for a company, kind of settling in there and finding out that I was a lot better at it than I thought I would be. You know, it was just, it was kind of a last resort thing, really. I wasn't going to no army. I wasn't about to, go work in a factory. You know,
For real.
So I'm like, well, let's go to school, learn this, and it just kind of flourished into this after I seen what it had to offer.
So you two meeting each other at work, like, what's a day in the life like in that industry? Because I always see the pictures you share where you have on like the outfit, and I've always wondered like, what's like a day like for y'all? You know, because I really don't know what that's like. Describe it for us.
I ain't gonna lie, I was making that shit look good. For real. I ain't gonna lie.
So it's harder than it looks, for real.
Yeah, especially for the company that we worked for. It was real hard. It was kind of.
Man, I wasn't expecting that.
It was mentally draining. We worked in I worked in corporate cannabis. Unfortunately, he's still there, but we fixing that. We working on that. I'm fixing that up for us.
He with the squad. You good?
Yeah. He know he's straight, but it's a lot. It's kind of a what I call a shut up and grow environment. You really don't get to show too much of your knowledge with the plant or how you know how to work with the plant and that type of nature. So you kind of just listen to corporate and do what they say, kind of do what you can, as you can get away with it. But other than that, for me, it was, I ain't gonna lie, it was a nightmare, low key. First year was cool. Then deal came, it was cool, and then after that, I say good 7 months. Last 7 was crazy. It was terrible.
See, when you see pictures, right? When you see pictures of people in these rooms of marijuana and they're growing, you assume, oh, they must be having a good time.
Blood.
They just grow.
Blood in there.
Man.
Real, yes.
That's
sweat.
See, when you see these pictures, you're like, man, they just surrounded by weed all day and they just picking it and just putting it. It's really like that, huh?
We was in the trenches. We had he was the head of veg, I was the head of flower. How many plants was in there?
About like 1,400 when we had just a couple rooms.
What was our staff like? How many?
The staffing is the big issue. Just being understaffed, always kind of turning over employees that are underpaid and, overworked a lot of times. we had 6 people, including Jayme and I at one point, and getting down to those skeleton crews those were times where you weren't going home.
Man.
You weren't going home.
For real, it was
after 8 hours.
Yeah, it was wild. It's something that I did not expect that to be, but I got through it. You know, I found some wiggle room. You know,
Surviving during those times is kind of what shows like that we can handle something like this at scale.
Exactly, at scale. That's the main thing at scale. Is I know we'd be good.
Now, like with this job, like was this like weed for like someone else? Like what exactly were y'all doing with the bud? Like
No, we grew the medical.
Okay, medical.
Yeah, for flour. Anything that doesn't make it to flour gets distilled, made
Okay.
into edibles or vapes.
So that experience made you want to start or get into your own,
Yeah, I wanted to do it myself because I seen how they was treating people.
man.
Yep. So that's really what made me want to, like, not just push a brand, but get a facility. Like I know how to run it. I know how to run the facility. I know how to, it should move, and I know what people deserve when you're in this type of space. So that's really what started driving me even more to make stuff happen, because I've made super good friends there, including Dylan. I mean, I would say the best friend I've ever met at a job.
That's dope.
I don't have any other job friends, so
Yeah, I guess he cool.
I met some super cool people that I still keep in touch with, and if I could ever get the facility, or when I do get the facility, to be able to pull them in and like really give them what they deserve in that same space but better, that's my job is well done.
So when you first started Helmet Headzz, what was like your goal with it? Like, what was the first bud that you made?
Man, I was all over the place. But my first strain that I dropped,
Yeah, strain. I said first bud.
Sorry.
That's how you know I didn't take the class.
No, my first strain called it Deadhead Cherries. It was actually
We had that, yeah.
Yep.
pheno of a strain called Hollywood from Cookies. Just a little spin on it, called it Deadhead Cherries. And yeah, people loved it. Unfortunately, at the time, I did not have the space to like clone it and keep a mom and keep it going, so it was just a one and done. But yeah, that was the first one that I really like gave to the people. Yeah.
How does it feel to get the reviews that you get? Because you get such great feedback, but people always joke about the times they don't get the best weed.
Yeah.
So how does it feel when people are like, "Yo, this is good," like to get that love?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just not to sound cocky, but I know.
No, say what you mean, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I take the compliments well.
Respect.
Obviously, I say thank you, and I keep it moving. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's why you called me. Like you know what's going on.
You know what it is.
Yeah,
like
kind of, you called Drake, for a feature,
yeah,
you know what you're about.
I'm your guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy. Yeah, so yeah, but I love that people enjoy the product and enjoy getting it from me. I get people that get stuff and want to ask 1,000 questions about bud, and I answer all 1,000. So
You don't ever get annoyed with bud.
never. No, it's the reason. It's why I'm sitting here. I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you without it. So yeah, I love it. It's everything.
And how active? How many years has it been for Helmet Headzz, or how long has the company been started?
So I got my LLC, like official LLC, in 2019.
Okay,
Yep.
man, 4 years.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, I've been working a little
5
bit.
years.
It got a little bit dusty for a minute, but
Yeah.
I brushed him off. He good now. Yeah, for sure.
Man, so how many strains have you grown since you've started this business?
Alone, maybe like 20. Maybe give or take 20 strains by myself. Facility wise, I count.
To me.
yeah, hard to count. Yeah, so yeah, I've seen a lot of buds.
Who's been some of your inspirations like in this industry? Because the first person that comes to my mind is Burner. You see people doing things like that. Do you have any other inspirations that inspire you to keep pushing in this industry?
So I don't necessarily watch people. I watch brands and I watch the bud, the literal bud, because that's what's driving the brand. My main thing is find out what everybody's talking about and find out why they're talking about it. So say Cookies comes out with a strand, everybody is talking about it. Oh, Gary Payton. Me and my wife are gonna get a plane ticket. We're going to LA to find out why people talking about, Gary Payton. People talk about Super Booth. I'm going to the closest person I know to Midmaster or Michigan to get Super Booth. I want that exact one, find out why they're talking about it, and go from there. So I don't necessarily look up to people. I just follow
brands and businesses.
Yeah, follow what they doing. Yeah.
What's been your favorite experience? Because you do travel.
Yeah.
The places you've gone, what's been your favorite? Has Cookies been your favorite? Has it been Michigan?
So, nah, it's always the small brands. It's always the little
and pops,
guys. Yeah, it's always the smaller brands or the up and coming brands that have crazy flavors and crazy strains. The Standard, they're out in California. Got Woodward here in Ohio. They got super good product. Just small people. Bigger brands, they kind of get, commercially, you got to realize everybody want it. They got to supply them, so it's grown in masses. Plants don't really get the love they need.
Yeah.
So, we follow the little guys, man.
Dylan, what about you? You got a favorite place or destination for marijuana?
My buddies.
He said helmet head.
Anyone that's got lights in their basement.
He's simple. He's like, I don't gotta go to California. I don't gotta go to Michigan. Just put me, take me to Jayme's house. That's all I need to go to.
Send me the Addy.
Yep.
As long as it's not too far.
For real.
Yeah, I got a lot of smart people that know what they're doing in my community, so it's kind of what I like about it. I'm not really gonna go. I don't got no medical card. I'm not really going to the dispo to get some commercially grown thing, but at the same time, yeah, I know small scale, small batch cannabis is where it's at. Kind of being able to show the love to the plant. That's why I know my buddy's tents got it right.
Yeah.
So with cannabis, it always funny stories always involve cannabis. Jayme, do you have a funny story you can share with us on the podcast that involves cannabis? I know you've seen or experienced some interesting things while someone's been high or while you've been high.
So my wife, this is before she became a nurse. So before anybody sees this, way back. So
back in the day, yeah.
Got nothing to do
disclaimer,
with
we put that right there.
Disclaimer, yeah. So don't get the trying to test baby. But we went to Cali and she took some edibles and they made her panic. But she was panicking to where she's clutching her purse and stuff and looking at her like somebody was gonna steal something from her. So I'm like, chill out, we good. And she's still on it. So she walking down the street looking. It's a big, huge construction sign, big as shit. Yellow, orange and white construction sign. She looking around and just runs into the construction sign. And everybody looking is she cool? I'm like, babe, you gotta chill. You gotta.
She ran into the sign?
Ran into a big construction sign, yeah, tripping off the edibles. It's just too much going on.
Did she say why she did it?
Yeah, she was just panicky. Yeah, it's the LA streets. It's a lot of.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, and she was just all over the place and ran into the sign. I'm just like, yeah, we gotta.
So wifey didn't do an edible ever since.
No, she done with edibles. No more cannabis. Nothing for her. Yeah, she all the way done. Little martini or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. A little lemon drop.
Dylan, what about you? You got a funny marijuana story?
Oh, it's hard to land on just one. Always when you get too high, usually they're me getting too high, thinking I can bite off more than I chew the edibles, but...
So you ran into a construction sign too?
If I was out and about, yeah. Usually the edibles, yeah, they kind of have a tendency to get you into a spot where you didn't expect. So
edibles is wild.
Being someone that consuming it all the time, you think that you're gonna handle it, but then you're freaking out on a nice sunny day like everything is wrong.
For real.
So yeah, just the signs.
Man, Jayme, what about you?
I'm so hard to choose. Since we're on edibles, I got a friend who had one time, and she ended up going to a car meet or whatever and passing out in her car, and woke up like 4 hours later texting me like, where did everybody go? And like, what happened? She's like, I got here and I ate the edible, and then now it's like 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, you probably passed out in your car. That's why you're the only one sitting there in the parking lot.
It's that nice
Listen.
anxiety.
Edibles is wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's why, man, my experience, let me tell y'all. So I was in college, right? And my homies, they had a potluck. So they had brought different foods and snacks. And my homie had brought brownies. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But at the time, I didn't eat for the day.
Right.
So I grabbed a little plate and just put like 4 on there.
Right.
And he was like, hey, man, how many brownies you put on your plate? I was like, oh, I took 4. I didn't mean to be greedy. And he was like, all right, just so you know, the world might change for you in 30 minutes. But I didn't know what he was talking about, right? I'm like, whatever, he's talking. You know, I didn't think there was weed in the brownies. But I didn't know that with brownies, you can take like a little bit and be cool. They were like those gas station cosmic size brownies.
Right.
So I'm drinking Kool-Aid, whatever, has something to drink. And I'm playing the video game, right? Like I'm talking to you right now. Out of nowhere, bro, I was like, whoa. It felt like somebody had their hands under my ass and was picking me up.
Right.
I was like, oh. Like I'm standing on the couch. I just started doing all that. I was like, whoa. And by the time I realized what it was, he was like, bro, it was weed and them shits. And I was like, man, what? So like my face felt like clay. I kept doing this.
That sound like that's some edible stuff for you.
And I was like, let me take a shower. But I didn't know, like, under heat, you can get high. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, take a hot shower. I'm in the shower thinking I'm drowning. I'm in the shower like, okay. I'm like, yeah.
Kill you.
I'm walking, can't feel my feet. So when I'm walking, I'm doing this. Because I can't feel myself walk. So I'm thinking I'm floating everywhere. I'm like, oh. Think I'm walking down tightrope singing Backstreet Boys.
Really tripping.
Never again, bro.
Get psychedelic.
How do you not, like with edibles, can y'all tell people, how do you take edibles the right way?
Read the
Read the
instructions.
instructions.
Read the dose.
Take half.
You can always eat more.
Yes.
I didn't know that, man.
Always eat more. You can never eat less.
Bro,
That's just
it takes that much. Like if you're looking at a traditional brownie, all you need is a little bit.
take a little bit. Don't take a lot. Don't.
With something like baked goods, there's no telling how much is concentrated in that bite compared to the whole thing. Like you might have a lot more of that.
Yeah, especially getting them from
Concentrated.
friends. You got to know the THC percentage of your product to even know the dosage
you're gonna
amount.
take.
Yeah, so if you don't know that equation or you don't know that one small thing, you just mixing them down. You're not even really knowing what's going on.
I went to Seattle for my birthday. Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
Real, yeah, them Paxos could be. You know what I mean?
I went to Seattle for my birthday, and I was like, oh, I'll take a little gummy or whatever. Man, I thought I was flying. I wasn't even scared. I was just walking around and see like, I'm
That's
just.
cool. You don't get the anxiety from getting too high.
Nah, I didn't. It didn't affect me. I was just felt like I could fly everywhere. I was like, I could fly to Cannes. I'm in Seattle, and I was like, I could probably fly to Cannes for a little bit. Myself, I was like, yeah, this is a different
I'm eating shrooms before edibles.
shrooms.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the shrooms before the edibles.
So you on the shroom wave?
I'm not on the wave. I just eat them.
You just
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this isn't a trend.
man. So that's a whole different ball game though.
I mean,
Is it similar to marijuana? I see people doing it.
I say shrooms to me feel like when I am at my highest point from smoking cannabis.
Okay.
The highest I can be from cannabis, like literally, like if I'm just taking dabs and smoking blunts all day, that is what it feels like when I take about 2 grams of shrooms.
Jeremy, you do shrooms? Have you done them?
I prefer to microdose them. So, take like a little half gram or gram here and there just to feel good throughout the day.
Oh, throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Small
You
amounts
can-
throughout the day,
yeah.
microdose. But see, my first time doing shrooms, I didn't take a small amount. I didn't even know anything about microdosing. I just had about 2 grams somebody had given me. I ate those, and then since then, that effect that I got from it, that's just the effect that
So microdosing is basically taking a little bit.
little
Yeah,
bit, yeah,
okay.
Okay.
yeah, micro.
A microdose, you're not supposed to even feel any effects. But usually taking a little just to feel a little high. But I mean, there's levels to that.
There's levels to it for
Yeah.
sure.
Have you ever heard of ayahuasca?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Bro, me neither. Hey, listen,
I'm not doing-
Listen, bro. I read Will Smith wrote a book. And you know, Will Smith don't do no drugs. He don't smoke no weed.
Right.
But he said
Yeah,
the
do
first
ayahuasca.
man, that was the first thing he ever did. Will Smith said when he woke up, right? He said he was like in space, like looking at the galaxy, like he was stepping. Like it's good trips and it's bad trips. I guess you take it and then he said you just vomit profusely, and then like next thing you know, after you vomit, you just seeing all type of
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to be traumatized, bro.
I'm gonna go to like a
Like, because
shaman
I don't-
and get that.
Yeah, like, I don't
Yeah.
want to. Like,
I don't want to buy that from somebody on 12th
like-
Street. You know what I'm saying?
like, cause
If you find
He
out,
said, "I got it. I can grow it." That's what.
yeah, one stop shop. For real.
Yeah, he was like me. Nah, but that's a whole different type of drug right there.
Yeah, I don't want to
bro.
go into space.
Me
I don't have
neither.
any-
Yeah,
I don't have any urge to descend.
I just want to be cool.
Once is fine for me.
What?
Once is fine.
Want ayahuasca?
Once being out there in space, I mean, it usually is enough.
I mean, it's a lot. Like, I just feel like there's so much more than us. I don't want to.
I don't wanna see that yet.
Yeah, I don't really like. And with my luck, I'll be there for way longer than you supposed to. Overstay my welcome. For real, like
I really saw Star Wars
yeah,
up there.
yeah,
bro.
like they
That's
were
nice
like
place.
they were fighting, man. Like
That's how I feel about that's how I feel about the ocean.
That's why you don't.
Like
I don't got gills for a reason. I don't need to be down there.
I feel like the ocean is a whole nother
The
world,
ocean is different. I
man.
love the ocean. So I'm one of them people like when we go to Cali and I get in the water, like I'm going out to my feet can't touch.
It's new fish out there,
Yeah, for real.
like Jordans. Like it's
Yeah.
new fish, it's new life forms out there.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So
I love the ocean
Over space?
for sure.
ocean over space.
No more about
Yes.
space than the ocean.
Yes.
Which is crazy because the space is never ending. The ocean is only 70%, but we know more of never ending than that.
All I know about the ocean is if you go low enough, your ears can pop and you could like
your whole
explode.
your whole body.
You're out of here.
will, yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. I don't know if that's pressure like that exists in space. I don't know.
You know, you'll burn up into space. You'll turn into a blip, and
So you got to pick between burning or exploding.
I mean,
It specifies going to be right in the middle.
we gotta go. I'm gonna probably go to the ocean. I'm not really a fan. I don't really like space is cool, but it's not like it's not really interesting to me like the ocean
Yeah.
is. Like we don't know anything living there. Like there's actually living things in the ocean. Like this is really why we're even here. Like why we're breathing. That's a
Like
big
super
part of,
fish.
it's a huge part of why we're here. We know the sun there. We see it every day.
Facts.
Why do we keep going? We know all the planets.
And this is
We
National
like-
Geographic with helmet heads and say what you mean.
Like, for real, let's get in the ocean, man. Let's find some.
Let's go swimming.
Yeah, man.
I like
Link it
that.
up.
That's an interesting question. Ocean or space? You gotta ask people that when you smoking next time. That's a good icebreaker. But listen, here's what I want to do, fellas. I want to take a break and do a section called Peace Positive Point, where you both say a quote that means something to y'all. Jeremy will say one, and we'll get out of here. You want to do that?
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, y'all. Episode 151. Say what you mean. Helmet heads. See y'all in a minute. Peace. Episode 151 of the Say What You Mean podcast. I got to dap you fellas up, man. You know what I'm saying? I got, from a distance. It's all love.
Bro.
Thank y'all brothers for being on this show, man. I appreciate y'all. It's such a fun episode, man. First episode where I openly talked about Bud. Like, I couldn't do no better with you, man. So I had to, man. Real fun. What's y'all plans for this Sunday? What's your crock pot recipe for today?
I'm actually just throwing some chicken and fries in the air fryer tonight.
All right.
'Cause I got a little bit unpacking left to do at the new apartment, so.
Hey, would y'all go to a crock pot festival?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You-
I'm not gonna lie.
You would?
Yeah.
We ask our guests because we got this idea for the Crockpot Festival, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like the Riz Burnoff, but it's with Crockpots and we got people performing. You would
That's
go?
crazy. I would go.
For real?
It would feel kind of weird, sort of, because everywhere, like it would be.
Be a little different.
Yeah, it'll be a little different. Everybody come crock pots.
We gonna figure out the guidelines, you know, make
It'll
sure it's
smell wild though.
Yeah.
By at least 1 o'clock when everybody's shit starts, marinating.
we should start cooking up in that fourth hour.
Yeah, when they start, about that 4th hour. Yup.
Especially to the once you make that little halfway mark.
For real, it should be.
As long as you know y'all with a 10, you know what I'm saying? We gotta make this happen, Jeremy.
We do.
We do. The Crockpot Fest is gonna be dope. So you can take that off if you want, just hold it.
Just might as well at this
Yeah.
point.
Sorry about our
I can do
stands.
better than
Yeah, there you go. We are better than this. Nah, we good. But y'all know what it is, man. Peace, positive point. We love to end our podcast with a dope quote that means something to us. So who wants to kick it off? You want to go?
Go first.
Go ahead.
So my quote today is from Bob Marley. It's wisdom is better than silver and gold.
What's that mean to you?
I mean, that just means money can't buy you knowledge and things. Everything in life is all about what you know or who you know. It's not about, what you can gain from money, because the most useful experiences come from just learning things.
Yep.
Like that, man. Jayme, what about you, man? You got a positive point for us or a quote that you want to share?
I don't really got a quote, but just, always remember, you know what you know and you know what you don't know. So just stick to that and, work on the things that you do know and the things that you don't know. Try to, learn them and keep it pushing.
I appreciate you even talking about the knowledge of cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think there's knowledge in it, but the fact that you share so much with us, man, you gave us knowledge on this show.
Yeah.
So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Dylan, what you got for us? What's your quote?
always be growing. Me,
I like that you said
to
that's
me,
dope.
I mean, maintaining a garden, if you don't keep starting plants, keep starting seeds, it's going to get away from you. Spots are going to open up and it's going to kind of just go to hell. So always be growing plants and myself. I'm always trying to be better than I was yesterday. I can be a new person each day. So
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And my positive point is y'all ain't never got two things to match. Either y'all got Kool-Aid, no sugar, peanut butter, no jelly, ham, no burger. Y'all caught that?
For real. Nah, for real.
That's how I know y'all know y'all shit. All right.
a good quote.
Nah, I just felt like doing the silly quote today because, because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. Nah, but real talk, man, I say that because I love how you moving, man. You know what I'm saying? You being your own boss, and just like the movie Friday, they're doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like that you talked about your experience in working for a company, and now you doing this yourself, man, because when I see you, I see helmet heads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how a brand is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's how I wanted it too.
You move the right way with it, man, which is why we honored to even have you as a sponsor on the show.
Appreciate it.
So, yeah, man, that's my, I had to get a quote from Friday. You know my favorite quote from Friday, though, when he was like, yes.
Yes.
Remember when he was
Yes.
talking to the,
Talking to
yeah, he was like,
talking
yes.
Yeah. He's talking to in the cabinet.
Hey, when you see Friday now, do you think they was actually on high or it was some other shit? Because the
Nah,
way
I ain't gonna lie.
that's how I thought we was when I was a kid. I was like, oh, so it make you do all that?
It's not, so it's kind of, it's got the, Hollywood effect to it, when heads is popping up in the cabinets and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But that movie is so close. That's Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker, yeah. He played that part of being high perfect.
Man.
Like just the way he hold his joints in his mouth, how he move around, and just his whole, that's the closest.
He
you're gonna
low-key
get.
made people want to smoke or be like, oh, when I come in the
for
dark,
real.
that's what it's going to be like.
Yeah, that's that's how it makes you that right there. Especially at the end when he laying on the bed and he counting his money in his blood. Like that's literally how it had make you.
Because we all had a moment like Chris Tucker did when we was high. We all had a moment where we was chilling. Because that Mary Jane sequence when they played the song, and I was like, yeah, that would have been me and Krishan a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out.
Just kicking it. Yep.
I like that, man. So any last shout outs before we get out of here? Any?
Yeah, shout out to Exotic Gardens. They've been solid. You don't never really come across too many people that are just openly welcoming and kind of stick their neck out there for you and kind of listen. It's hard to find bosses that listen. So shout out to Mike and Exotic Gardens over there.
Respect.
And shout out to my wife for getting that RN.
Congratulations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
That was big. That was something that was super big. She worked real hard.
Shout out to the missus, man. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, shout out.
Any shout outs from you, Dylan?
Odds all me. No, shout out to my roommate. I wouldn't be able to maintain a garden. I have the space to do it if we weren't collaborating on the effort. So
we gotta link you with Krishan, because Krishan's in the garden there. That would have been perfect. Shout out to Krishan, man.
Shout out.
You got any shout outs?
Just shout out the pod. Again, shout out to you, Jayme, for that class
Yeah,
that I was
man.
a part of. I mean, I not only walked away with, knowledge, things I didn't know, but it helped me, push myself to push my foot in the door to start growing, get going with what I want to do. So
Yeah, man. Shout out to Helmet Heads for y'all being our first official sponsor. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shout out, man, Chase holding it down on the camera. Shout out to Jeremy, Zach, Seaweeds, the newborn baby. Want to shout out 151st episode, man.
That's crazy.
So appreciate y'all for doing this, man. Shout out to Enrichment, all the people downtown, Al Mecca, Latrice, Kelly, Jordan, my son. He's here for the weekend, so shout out my little grown man. He ain't my baby no more, man. He doing 2 a days, so he looking like a grown.
Yeah, you better be. Yeah, all right. When he wants snacks, you better.
I know, bro. But like every time I get him, even from being like, oh, here he comes. Then where I got him this past weekend, he was like, what's up, Dad? I'm like, oh man.
Ah, man, this guy
Got veins in his arms. I'm like, man, he growing up on me, man. But shout out to my son, man. Shout out to all the people. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Joe Lewis, man. Everybody who held it down for me this weekend. Grim Saya, Elijah, Quan. I'm trying to think who else. I don't want to forget nobody. Anybody else, Chase? I think he's just here. He's here so he don't get fined. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. But shout out to y'all for watching. Follow us, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, at Jean P. the MC, SWYM Podcast on Instagram. Please subscribe to our podcast, Say What You Mean, youtube.com/Jean P. the MC. We'll see y'all next week, man. Say what you mean. Peace. Yes, sir.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 3-3.